Welcome all to my channel. Now we are here learning the new syllabus of Maharashtra government, Maharashtra board. That is nothing but we are starting with the chapter respiration and circulation. So this respiration and circulation, see, as in particularly we can say human respiratory system, the basic is nothing but we can get a nasal cavity, that nothing after that it is showing a nostril, mouth, larynx and pharynx. Pharynx is upper part, larynx is lower part of it. Then it has a trachea, which is nothing but a tube-like windpipe, it is also known as. Then it will show the presence of a right main bronchi, then right lungs, left lung, then the ribs are there, and particularly we can say at the lower a septum is there, that is known as a diaphragm. So along with that, it will also show the alveoli. These bronchioles are nothing but extended towards the alveoli. That alveoli is having a air sac with the blood capillaries. It having a air sac with the blood capillaries. So now one by one we will go for the respiration and human respiratory system. So here we will learn about human respiratory system. In that the first is nothing but the human respiratory system is doing what? It is doing a function, that is inspiration, expiration and exchange of the gases in the lungs. So from the nostril, the gases will get inhaled, and then no procedure is known as a inspiration. Then expel the gases known as expiration, and the exchange of the gases takes place in the lungs. So respiratory system is made up of, we can say, the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract, also known as the upper respiratory system and the lower respiratory system. This upper respiratory system is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 structure, that is known as external nares, nasal cavity, internal layers and nasopharynx, nose and throat. So when we think about the upper respiratory system, it is made up of external layers, nasal cavity, internal nares, nasopharynx, nose and throat. Then along with that, it is nothing but the lower respiratory system is made up of larynx, trachea, bronchia, then bronchioles and lungs. So that is nothing but we can say a part of a upper system and the lower respiratory system. So this is very important in exam also, that respiratory system is made up of divided into two parts, upper and lower. Now one by one we will learn about the particularly. First is what? Nose or nasal cavity. So nose is a specifically we can say it is a triangle shape and it has a pair of slits like opening. A pair of slits like opening means what? It is having a opening nasal cavity. See here, you can see the nose. Nose is nothing but extended out towards the face. From the face, and it is nothing but having a slit. That slit divided into two part. Particularly, we can say external nares. It is called as a nostril. So here you can see the nostrils are present. The external nares, or we can say it is also known as the nostrils. So for the entry of air is nasal cavity is a function of the nasal cavity is nothing but the, we can say entry of air into the nasal cavity. Now there is a one cartilage dividing the nasal chamber, and that cartilage is known as a mesenteroid. Mesenteroid is nothing but we can say cartilage which dividing the nostril into or nasal chamber into two parts. Basically, nasal chamber is made up of three parts, is known as a vestibule, respiratory part and olfactory or sensory chamber. So nasal is divided by the cartilage and that is known as a mesenteroid cartilage, and this specifically we can say nasal chamber divided into two parts by the mesenteroid cartilage. And then each nasal chamber has a three, particularly we can say divided into three parts. One is a vestibule, respiratory part, olfactory or sensor chamber. Now we will move towards the one by the these nasal chamber parts. So vestibule. Vestibule is nothing but we can say it is a proximal part of the nasal chamber. It containing a skin, and this skin is specifically meant of cover with the hair, and that hairs are nothing but having a function of filtering the air which is in inhaled air, which has been inhaled by the particularly nose or nostril chamber. So nostril is having a particularly nasal chamber is divided into three parts. In that, first is vestibule. This vestibule is nothing but a proximal part which having a skin, hard skin particularly we can say, which is having a hair inside to filtering the air. Now the second part is respiratory part. This respiratory part, when we think about a respiratory part, it is having a middle thin wall and highly vascular. It is nothing but we can say a respiratory part means a little bit internal part, which is nothing but having a highly thin wall, particularly thin wall, highly vascular. Vascular means what? It is having a vesicles, specifically we can say. That is nothing but for the function of the respiratory part is for warming and moistening. For warming and moistening of the specifically part of it. Then the third part is known as the olfactory or sensory chamber. This is nothing but we can say these olfactory or sensory chamber of the third part of the nasal chamber, it is lined with the olfactory epithelium. It is lined with the olfactory epithelium. This olfactory epithelium is a specific part which can detect a smell. We are detecting smell by the olfactory epithelium that will form an impulse, and that will brain is nothing but we can say able to recognize the smell. And it is nothing but the uppermost part here it is present. It's the uppermost part of it. Then this is nothing but concluding the nose part. It will conclude the nose part. Now we are moving to the pharynx. See, this part is known as a pharynx. You can able to get a pharynx, that is nothing but we can say below the nostril part. So this pharynx is nothing but made up of three parts. Pharynx is made up of three parts. It is divided into three parts, that is known as a nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. So pharynx is nothing but the part of respiratory system which is divided into three parts. One is a nasopharynx, oropharynx and then laryngopharynx. This nasopharynx is extended from the nostril part or nose part. Then oropharynx is a common passage for food and air. It is a common passage for the food and air is known as a oropharynx. Then these two are nothing but having a bone that is known as a palate bone. Nasopharynx and oropharynx having a particularly one divided bone that is known as a palate bone. So pharynx part is made up of divided into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx and oropharynx having a particularly we can say one bone is known as a palate bone, and it is a oropharynx is known as a particularly we can say common passage for food and air. This nothing but along with that this extended oropharynx is extended up to laryngopharynx, and laryngopharynx further is nothing but it is extended to the particularly larynx part. Laryngopharynx is nothing but extended to the larynx part of it. Now along with that it is also containing pharynx also containing a lymphoid organ, and that lymphoid organ is known as a tonsil. That is known as a tonsil, and the removal of the tonsil is known as a rhinoplast. Removal of the tonsil is known as a rhinoplast. So this is all about the pharynx. We had completed the nose and we had completed the pharynx. Now we will move towards the larynx part. So you can able to see here larynx part. It is just adds a particular neck like a neck in that it is present. It is larynx is also known as a voice box. Larynx is also known as a voice box. It contains the vocal cord. So from the pharynx part, the laryngopharynx extend to the hyoid bone. So I can show you a part of the larynx. See here. So that is nothing but we can say larynx is extended from the laryngopharynx. That is nothing the pharynx part. It is extend to the former hyoid bone. And this hyoid bone is nothing but we can say extended to trachea. This hyoid bone is nothing but extended to the trachea. I will show you by enlarging. So this hyoid bone is nothing but extended to the trachea, and this trachea along with that it will show the presence of a particularly we can say hollow tubular structure. this hollow tubular structure, and the wall is made up of, this wall is nothing but made up of cartilage plates, and that held by the membrane and muscle. It containing a cartilage plate. These are nothing but tracheal cartilage. Particularly before that, it is show the presence of a cartilage plates, and this cartilage plate is held by membrane and muscle. So larynx is what? It is a voice box. It containing the vocal cord. It is voice box means what? The sound is been formed from the larynx part. So laryngopharynx is extended to the hyoid bone, to the trachea. This is a hollow tubular structure. Its wall is made up of cartilage plate by the membrane and muscle. It will be held. The internal line by the pair of fold elastic vocal cord. So internal lining of the larynx is nothing but having a vocal cords. So how the sound is been prepared or sound is been formed? So air from the particularly mouth by the modulation of a teeth, lips, tongue and nasal cavity. By the modulation of the tongue, teeth, lips and nasal cavity, these are nothing but modify the voice. And that will air will pass on from the vocal cord, and that is forming a particularly sound. Now, this is very important aspects of the larynx. It is a very good, very important function of the larynx. So larynx is having known to be a voice box. Now, there is a one flap-like structure. That flap-like structure is particularly we can say it is having a shape of leaf. There is a one flap in between the particular trachea and particularly we can say laryngopharynx. So laryngopharynx open into glottis. You can see here glottis is there, epiglottis is there. So this epiglottis is a flap-like structure which will avoid the food, prevent the food into trachea. It will prevent the food into trachea. Is nothing but we can say there is a common passage is there in between the oesophagus and the particularly trachea that can be prevent a particular that flap-like structure that prevent the food entrance into the trachea. And that's why there is a particularly scientific reason is there. When you are eating something, you should not talk. If you are talking, it may problem create in the particularly epiglottis, and that epiglottis may open and that food particle can go inside the trachea, and that will cause a particularly we can say a damage to the particularly person. And that's why laryngopharynx is open into glottis, and that glottis is open into trachea, and it is guarded by the one flap-like structure which is having a leaf shape, and that is known as a epiglottis. And here you can see the epiglottis. So this is all about the larynx part. So very important was larynx is a voice box. It is a hollow structure. It is made up of cartilage plate. Then it is having a vocal cord inside in it, and it is helpful for the voice preparation or voice formation by the modulation with the help of tongue, teeth, lips and nasal cavity. And it is guarded a particularly flap-like structure which is nothing but known as epiglottis. So this is all about the larynx. Now, the next part. Next part is known as a trachea. See here, trachea is nothing but a tubular structure. This trachea is known as a windpipe. Trachea is known as a windpipe. See here, it will extend from the larynx. It is a 10 to 12 centimeter long. It is just a particularly in front of, it is nothing but present in the neck, and it is nothing but in front of oesophagus. So oesophagus is at the back side of it. So it will a front side of the particularly we can say oesophagus, and it is extended middle thoracic cavity up to this one. It is extended to the middle thoracic cavity. This is nothing but a thoracic cavity, middle portion of it. It is nothing but having a thoracic cavity. It is extended middle to the thoracic cavity up to it. It is supported here. You can see here there are C-shape, particularly we can say C-shape 16 to 20 rings maybe it is present. That is known as a cartilage, which is known to be the C-shape 16 to 20 cartilage is there that prevents the collapse of the trachea. So because trachea is a tube-like structure which is a muscular one, and that can be guarded by the help of a particularly we can say thoracic cavity. It is been present, and it is nothing but that will be guarded a trachea, and it will avoid the collapsible. Means collapse means what? It can move, and that movement can be blocked, or we can say that collapsing particularly we can say can be blocked by the help of the trachea. and this is nothing but we can say it will prevent particularly we can say collapse of trachea can be prevented by this supported C-shape 16 to 20 rings of cartilage. Now this trachea is a windpipe. It is known to be internally. See, it is an external structure. It is a 10 to 20 centimeter long. Then it is having a thoracic cavity up to it will extend, and it is having a cartilage. Then inside, internally, how it has been having a structure. Internally, it is made up of ciliated pseudo-stratified epithelium. I am again pronouncing this one, ciliated pseudo-stratified epithelium, and that is nothing but also having a mucus gland. So why this has been there? Yes, the function of the ciliated pseudo-stratified epithelium, ciliated pseudo-stratified epithelium is nothing but an mucus gland. It will secrete the mucus, and that will avoid or trap unwanted particles, preventing their entry into the lungs. Preventing the entry into the lungs, and that is nothing but we can say it is a protective nature. It has a protective nature, and that is nothing but we can say you can able to get it here. That is a factual thing that internally it is protecting to come any bacteria or any particle, dust particle inside into the lung can be prevented by the internal lining of the trachea. Internal lining of the trachea is preventing by the help of which one? Ciliated pseudo-stratified epithelium and mucus gland. So this is nothing but all about the trachea. Now this trachea, you can able to see here, trachea is from the thoracic cavity at the middle one. It will divide into right and left. This right is nothing but we can say having a particularly we can say known to be right and left. It is divided into primary bronchi. The next part we are moving, that is a bronchi. So trachea further extended into right and left primary bronchia, and that is middle of thoracic cavity. From the middle of the thoracic cavity, it is extended up to middle of thoracic cavity, and it is divided into two parts. One is a right and one is left. That is known as a right and left bronchia, particularly primary bronchia. It is also supported here, see here, it is also supported here, a particularly C-shape incomplete ring. C-shape incomplete ring means what? It is not completed. Total round is not having. It is having a incomplete ring of cartilage. It is having, and that is nothing but we can say giving a support to the particularly bronchi. So this having a primary, secondary, and tertiary bronchi. There are particularly three bronchi present: primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi. And at the tertiary bronchi, you can able to get the end or terminal of the bronchioles. It is also known as the bronchioles. So end or terminal here. See here. This end or terminal of the bronchia you can able to get here. Likewise alveoli. So see, you can see here the end is nothing but we can say you can convert it into a cauliflower shape. Particularly we can say alveoli is there or alveoli is there. That is nothing but, so bronchia means what? Bronchia are the trachea is nothing but extended to the right and left primary bronchia, and this middle of the thoracic cavity from which it is nothing but converted into primary bronchia, right and left towards. It is been guarded by the internally C-shaped incomplete ring of cartilage, and then it is primary, then it is converted into secondary, and see here primary here, then it is divided into secondary, then again it is divided into tertiary. And at the terminal end, this terminal end, see, you can able to see here the terminal end is nothing but having a alveoli. It is having a alveoli, and that is nothing but the next character or next particularly we can say part of the respiratory system, that bronchia, then alveoli. Now before that we will move towards the main lungs. See, bronchia is nothing but divided into two, so trachea is nothing but divided into two parts, that is a bronchia. It has been extended to lungs. The two lungs we are having a main, it is a main respiratory organ. It is a main respiratory organ. It is having a spongy pair and elastic lungs. Means what? It is elastic in nature, then a spongy structure, and it is present in pair. It is in a thoracic cavity covered by the ribs. So ribs are present and particular thoracic cavity is present. Then each lung is enclosed and protected by double pleural membrane. So every lung is nothing but Enclose means what? Lungs is nothing but cover with the cover means what? Enclose means what? Cover. It is enclosed means is a pack in that. So it is enclosed in the double pleural membrane. Double pleural membrane, the one is outer parietal and the inner visceral membrane. So lungs is there. These lungs are nothing but cover with the two membranes. So cover with the particularly we can say double pleural membrane and that outer parietal and the inner visceral membrane. It is known as outer parietal and inner visceral membrane. Now further, and this pleural membrane or pleura having a pleural cavity. So in between the two membranes, see it is nothing but two membrane if it is there. So it is having a one particularly we can say cavity forming, and that cavity, the pleural cavity, it is known as. So two pleural, double pleural membrane is made up of outer membrane, outer parietal and inner visceral membrane, and these two pleural membrane having a inside between that, it is having a pleural cavity. And this pleural cavity containing lubricating fluid, and that fluid is known as a pleural fluid. That is known as a pleural fluid, and that pleural fluid is secreted by the membrane. So these membranes are secreted, particularly we can say pleural fluid, which is present, lubricating fluid it is, and it is present in pleural cavity in between the two, particularly we can say two membrane or two double pleural membrane. Hope you understand. Again, I am revising. So lungs are nothing but a main respiratory organ, that is spongy pair. Elastic lungs are nothing but we can say they are elastic in nature and spongy structure, and it is a pair. It is present in a thoracic cavity. Each lung is enclosed and protected by the double pleural membrane, that is having outer pleural and inner visceral membrane. And these two pleural, particularly we can say having a pleural cavity, and this pleural cavity is nothing but containing a lubricating fluid. That fluid is known as a pleural fluid, and it is secreted by the membrane itself. So then what is the difference between the right lung and left lung? Right lung is a larger, left lung is little bit smaller. Not too much, but it is a little bit smaller. Then right lung is divided into 3 lobes and the left lung is divided into 2 lobes. So each lobe terminal is known as a bronchioles, or we can say bunch of the air sac is present. There is 10 to 20 alveoli which is present. See again, lungs are having a right lung and left lung. Right lung is a larger, left lung is a smaller. Right lung having a 3 lobes of the bronchiole, then left lung is having a 2 lobes of the bronchioles. Then each lobe is nothing but terminal, it is having a bronchioles, and this having a bunch of the air sac, almost 10 to 20 alveoli is present. And you can see here the alveoli structure, how it is been localized. So it is a alveoli is nothing but we can say at the terminal it is having a 10 to 20 alveoli are present. Now we will move towards the last part of the respiratory system, is known as a second last part is known as a alveoli. Now alveoli is nothing but we can say thin lobulated structure. It is just like a cauliflower. Cauliflower like is having a structure part as like this round structure. So you can able to see here likewise bunch of grapes, or we can say it's a bunch of grapes like structure it is having. So this is nothing but a thin lobulated structure. Each alveoli is surrounded by the network of the capillaries, that is known as a pulmonary artery or pulmonary veins. So each alveoli is nothing but, it is known as a alveolus, is nothing but we can see each alveolus is nothing but it is surrounded by the capillaries, pulmonary arteries and veins, which is made up of single layer squamous epithelium, highly elastic in nature. See why highly elastic? Because exchange of air takes place in this particularly we can say organ. Exchange of air is particularly we can say exchange of gases, sorry, not an exchange of air, exchange of gases takes place in this particular layer. So alveoli is made up of what? Single layer squamous epithelium. It is very important structure, you have to remember this. So made up of single layer squamous epithelium, which is a highly elastic. Elastic means what? It can be move like this. It can be move like this. It can be move, and it is a permeable to gases. Permeable to the gaseous. So what will happen? Made up of single layer, then squamous epithelium, highly elastic in nature, and specifically we can say it is resting the basement of the membrane of connective tissue. Resting basement of the membrane of connective tissue means what? At the basement, at the lower, particularly we can say the layer, outer layer is having a particularly we can say connective tissue. Having a connective tissue. How many particularly we can say alveoli is present? Almost about 700 million. Almost about 700 million alveoli present in the lungs. For what? For exchange of the gases. So it is made up of what? It is made up of particularly we can say squamous epithelium. It is highly elastic in nature. Then it is a resting basement of the membrane of the connective tissue. It is almost 700 million and function of the alveoli. It is exchange of this is the main function. Because what? Because it is surrounded by the network of the capillary. You can see here it is surrounded by the network of the capillary and that is known as the alveoli. Now we are converting to the last part of the our notes, or we can say respiratory system is diaphragm. So diaphragm is nothing but we can say muscular septum which separate the thoracic and abdominal cavity. Then it is specifically dome shape. You can see here it is a dome shape, particularly we can say this dome shape particularly we can say contraction it become a flatten. So contraction and relaxation of the dome diaphragm it is very important for the respiration. So in coming lecture it is nothing but all about the diaphragm. So in coming lecture, we will move towards the mechanism of respiration. In that, we will complete breathing. The mechanism of respiration is divided into four parts. That is, A is breathing, second is external respiration, and exchange of the gases at the alveolar level, then internal respiration, and then cellular respiration. The mechanism of respiration is breathing is divided into two parts, inspiration, expiration. Then external respiration, exchange of gases at alveolar level is there. Then third part is internal respiration. It is again divided into transport of oxygen and transport of CO2. And the fourth one is cellular respiration. It is nothing but divided into two parts, oxidation and phosphorylation. So in coming lecture, we will go towards the mechanism of respiration. And thank you very much for kind listen. Please subscribe the channel if you want more and more lectures on the biology of 12th new syllabus which is implicated from the 2020. Thank you very much.